Do men hate women? Deep down, just absolutely hate women, because I'm seeing all of these experts from TikTok and Instagram. These women are coming out saying, you men hate us because we've got our stuff together and we've learned the power of feminism. Cue my music. All right, look, we got to get right into it. I'm not going to do the normal stuff, tell you that Language of Kings is the best show on YouTube and that you guys subscribe. And you know that stuff, do that stuff. But I got some stories that I need to get to right now, because women are saying that men hate them. And women are saying that they're not focused on men because men can't do what they need them to do. See the country? But let's get to it. First story. I want you guys to hear this.
Has there been a shift in men the last few years, or are we all just like more aware? I'm in my early 20s. A lot of my friends are like gorgeous girls in their early 20s. Like, women just don't really like men anymore. Speaking from like personal experience,
women just don't like men anymore. I wonder if it's because I talk like that. Sorry, play the video, sorry.
I haven't dated in like 2 years. No man interests me. And every girl I talk to feels the same way. Like, if I meet a girl and she's single, she's like, yeah, I don't really date because like I don't really care. I know that we say that like women hate men, but like men genuinely hate women. And like, it's not a joke. Women that they hate the most are the ones that they're supposed to love. So like, ew. But I feel like you see way more now, like girls in their 20s, later 20s that like have never had a boyfriend. Like, is it just me? Because that's how I feel.
Never had a boyfriend? Now, this young lady, whoever this lady is, says that she hasn't dated in over 2 years. And the women that she's meeting are saying also that they have no interest in men. So is it that men hate women, or is it that women are not giving men the chance, especially the men that are in their circles? Because the modern woman wants a particular type of man, and that man is usually with somebody else, and she still wants him. But I digress. Let me slow down and get to this. Now, this particular woman, if you're looking at this woman, and if you're listening to just the audio, let me describe to you. This woman looks exactly like you would think that she looks. She looks piece by piece exactly like that. Yep, down to the fact that with a Starbucks cup in her hand, shaking the ice of the grande latte soy patate, drinking it, doing her makeup, hair exactly like you'd imagine, wearing exactly what you'd imagine, in a mirror with a light exactly like you would think that it would be. And she's got the Starbucks barista voice going on as well. And I can guarantee you that this woman, not for a moment, thought about the fact that maybe men or maybe guys don't want her because she's just a manufactured copy of every other single woman in the age group of 18 to 25. She is exactly that, nothing special, nothing different, nothing of value. And she hasn't thought about that. Her friends in the same age group probably think the same way, and men don't want that. Men don't want the same thing that every other man has. Let me show you what I mean. So if you, as a man, you go out and buy a lawnmower, right? And you get this lawnmower. This is the XP700 lawnmower. This thing has 0 turn. It's really nice. Your neighbor is not going to go and get this same lawnmower. What he's going to do, he's going to go and look for the upgrade of that particular lawnmower and say, I want a better version of a lawnmower than my neighbor has. So I'm going to bring that thing into the yard, whip it around the trees, whip it around the bushes and the hedges. I want him to see that I got something better, something exclusive. That's going to be our word for today. Something exclusive, something that no other man can have. This particular lady in our first story is exactly what any man can get at any time. She is the exact version of a Temu Kim Kardashian. I don't mean that because I don't know this young lady. I don't mean it, but it's a counterfeit of everything that you see. And I'm sure she doesn't get that. And she thinks that the battle is men. I'm sure that if she has been dating prior to that 2-year time frame, there was no exclusivity, there was no connection, there was no nothing, because you are exactly what anybody can get, that will always be there. So that's not a hate that's coming from men. Maybe a self-reflection would help you out. Maybe a voice change. Maybe put down the Starbucks cup and get a different cup. Get a Walmart cup. Get one of those Mickey Mouse cups from Disney or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to our next story. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Amala, follow her. She's one of my favorites on YouTube. This is an amazing woman or whatnot. So let's get to the second story and see what she has to say about men hating.
Andrea Dworkin once said that it is an agony for women to be fully conscious of the brutal misogyny that permeates every part of culture and personal relationships. And honestly, for me, the day that I realized...
She says, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna let it play. Misogyny, which is permeating every part of culture. No, ma'am, that is absolutely false. Right now, the matriarchy is dominant in the culture. That's why you see everything is centered around women. Everything is centered around how they feel. Everything is centered around how they shop, all of it. We are in a matriarch. Let's just put the word right here, and then you can pronounce it how you want to pronounce it. I went to a public school, okay? But that's the world that we live in, and men and women live in different worlds. Let me show you a couple of examples, and I'm gonna let the video finish playing, but I'm showing you a couple of examples to show you what type of world that you live in. If I'm a big guy, which I am, fat, chubby, out of shape guy, that's what I am. You know, and I'm hanging around guys or whatnot. I go out in public or I go online. You guys are probably gonna say in the comment, look at Fat Boy Henry with his hoodie on and his sports coat, his little thing, but he's still a fat, chubby, fat Albert looking nerdy guy with glasses, okay? And I have to take that. As a man, I have to take that. But now if a woman is in this place and she's doing this particular show, talking to you guys, you know, you cannot say, matter of fact, YouTube will take your comment and throw it out and say you cannot body shame people. You are wrong for that, and you should be all about body positivity. Those are two different worlds that men and women live in, because you can't say that to women. Now, if I take a gun and I just pop somebody, pop a baby or what have you, I would go to jail for murder, go to jail for crime. Now, a woman, if she wants to reach inside of herself and just a baby, it's considered her right. A woman's right, her body, we live in a matriarchal world. And that's, let me finish playing.
The day that I realized I was a feminist and I just saw the patriarchy for what it was, I have never been able to unsee that, and it affects every single thing I do. Once you form this awareness as a woman of the way that men hate women, it is so difficult to exist in a way that isn't in rebellion of that.
So, and that's, I had a serious joke I was about to say about this lady right here, but the Holy Spirit won't let me say it.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Golly, listen, because this lady is hurt, man. This woman in this video is hurting bad, and if you can't see it, she's got like this, I don't know, cropped top T-shirt thing on, or whatever, U-neck T-shirt or whatever you call it, with like a bearskin rug or something on, and she got her head slick back, looking like a little lemon head or whatnot. But she is saying that she has realized that the world is dominated and taken over by men, and that she doesn't have a place in it, and everything that's in her life, everything that she does, everything that she thinks is centered around that, and that is part of why she became a feminist, and she's fighting for women's rights, whatever those are, because I don't know any rights that a man has that a woman doesn't have in 2025. But you know, that's what the system has made women to believe, and that's a sad thought, to think that men are against you, that men are your enemy, when God has designed us to be together, to be partnered, to be linked, all of those things. But the enemy has come along and made a divide amongst us, and now these women think that they are at war with men, and that men are at war somehow with them. That's sad. That's sad. Maybe we should talk about that deeper. This lady's hurting, man. Let's go to our next story.
Ladies, if you're in a relationship with a man Relationship with a man or dating a man and you want to know what he really thinks of you, I want you to go ahead and ask two very important questions from him. It needs to be on a random day without a context, and he needs to respond immediately off the top of his head. He cannot have time to think about it. And that is, why do you like or love me?
Oh, let me pause that. Hey, hold on there, Kylo Ren.
I'm being torn apart.
She says that on a random day, what you should do, and you got a random day, you can't think about it now. You should go to your man and you should say, why do you love me? Why do you care about me? You should hit him with those right there. And if he pauses or if he stutters, then he is a loser, and you should just, put him in there with the laundry and put him in spin cycle. That's what she's saying. I think this is a she. I'm not sure. But that's, let me play the rest. Let me play the rest before I get into it with Kylo Ren here.
And if you were to describe me to a stranger right now, how would you describe me, or who would you describe me as? Watch them lose their shit because none of them have standards. That's a good one. That's a tough one.
Again, just like our first lady, I don't think this woman here ever thinks about the fact that maybe you just don't have the worth or the value. Now, there are certainly some men that maybe struggle to tell you why they're with you or why they love you and all those things, but maybe there's just not much to love about you other than a lightsaber and your force powers that you may have. I don't know. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe you're dating because you're not dating by force. Nobody forced you to be with this man. So if you're with this guy and he doesn't see a value or can express a value, that doesn't mean that he hates you. Maybe he just can't express it. But two, it could be that you are just not worth it. Maybe he's after just your body because your mind is obviously this way. Maybe he's after the money that you have and that you're inheriting from family because your mind is this way. Now, that's not to absolve men from, not being able to express themselves or wanting you for the right reasons. All I'm saying is you have to think outside of your box, and you have to think about, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I need help. Or simply, maybe this is the wrong guy for me. Maybe I should find a guy that's in the Star Wars universe that is a, Skywalker or something. I don't know. You have to find somebody that connects with you. And if every person that you are dating, every person that you meet, every person that you spend time with has the same mindset, maybe it's because you are the same presentation to all of these people. I hope that resonates with you right there, BB1. What? I really do. I'm going to leave it there, man. I'm not going to dive too much deeper into that. I think we're going a long time. But that's something that you guys should think about when you're thinking about relationships, when you're thinking when you're thinking about everybody that you're in contact with. Don't just look at them and say, oh, this particular gender hates me. Do I hate that particular gender? Do I have value? Do I have worth? What about me that keeps drawing these people to me? That's something that you really have to ask yourself, but that's something that the modern world is not teaching. Because if something is going wrong, then it has to be something outside of me in this modern world. If I miss a basketball shot, it's not me. Something's wrong with the rim. If I get into a car accident, it wasn't me, it was the other person, because they should have been on their phone texting just like I was on my phone texting. It has to be a reason outside of me, when the fact of the matter is the first place that you should look is within yourself. This is the Language of Kings, LOK, man. We have grown big time. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers, so here's how you can help us do that. You, sir, you, ma'am, you, stormtrooper, you can hit the subscribe button, and then you can hit the alerts, and you can share this video with your friends and just say, hey, let's have a conversation. Look at what this guy is saying on his channel, and let's talk about it. Much love and much peace.